Yes. Yo, what's up, everybody? How we doing today? Uh, I'm a little late. I didn't want to make this video at the same time everybody else was, but as we all heard, I would move my camera the wrong way. There we go. Maybe I should move myself this way. But yeah, as you can see on the screen, as we all should know by now, Patriots legend. Yes, he's a legend for Patriots. For the Patriots, yes, he was a legend for us. Julian Edelman has announced his retirement. Very shocking, I guess, right? Nobody else was. Nobody was really expecting this. Like not right now, at least. Probably more towards the summer, I guess. Right? It was a little random. Um, but in terms of him playing in 2021, for those that have watched my videos, I didn't expect Julian Edelman to play at all. I didn't have him playing at all. So nor did I even. That's why I always said like we have to find a replacement because he wasn't gonna play. Weird, but so yeah, like let's just react to the videos that were posted yesterday. Right, this was this morning, so let's react to the one of Julian Edelman officially announcing his retirement. I wonder if y'all can hear it. Big moment from Malcolm Butler. Big moment. Yep. I was confident before the refs announced that it was a catch. I was confident that he caught it. It was a hell of a story for sure. Just him saying that nothing ever comes easy. Well, I don't know if people remember, but he played behind Welker for I think 3 or 4 seasons, right? He was the backup to Welker for the most part. And even then, you still had like Amendola in front of him before it was Edelman's turn to come up. So, and when even before like Welker, like retired, like that his last season, everybody was telling me like, "Yo, y'all aren't gonna have Welker anymore," and I'm like, "Have you seen Julian Edelman play? We've been grooming him, or the Pats have been grooming him to replace Welker for like the last year now." And it showed in his play. He was literally Welker 2.0, right? We just didn't see it because I think he definitely got injured. I think his first season or his second season. I forget which season it was, but he was hurt. I remember seeing him, and then I remember him getting hurt, and then he didn't play that season. And then I think it was his third season, is where we saw like his growth for like, and he was just ready. Right, he's just waiting, to be called on. But with Welker averaging over 100 like receptions a season, you can't just throw in Edelman to replace Welker right away. Like, right, a lot of people are saying, "Oh, Edelman can't beat out Welker for the starting job." Well, yeah. Like, did you not see what Welker was doing, or did you forget? Like, what Brady to Welker, that connection was torching people for like 5 seasons. I think like 5 out of 6 seasons he had over 100 receptions. So yeah, Julian Edelman wasn't just going to come in and replace that, right? Especially for a 7th round pick. And he was a quarterback in Kent State. So that's why Edelman took a while for him to, come in and be what Edelman became. But let's continue. It's been 12. I thought it was like 10. Damn, you know what I just realized? He shaved his beard. Yeah, that's how you know it was time, man. He shaved his beard. Foxborough forever. That's crazy. I didn't know he shaved his beard. Like I watched this yesterday and it didn't hit me that like, he didn't have his beard. Oh, it was at the credits? I didn't see this. I guess I just started watching. We got after credits. Now he's just walking off. Damn, man, that knee injury. He played the whole season with a knee injury. I think for like the last 2 seasons. What? I didn't see that. Yo, okay, so I definitely stopped before the after credits. That's crazy. It's about to be an Avenger. But yeah, like nobody was really expecting him to retire, to announce it already. So you know, it's great to see him retire as a Patriot. I am hoping they do Brady and Gronk their service of them signing like a 1-day contract to retire as a Patriot too. I mean, they're both like Patriots forever. So whether they want to retire technically as a Patriot, it doesn't matter to me. Like they're Patriots forever. Like you really can't take that part away from them, obviously, right? Brady 20 years, Gronk like his prime, like his entire career. So it's great seeing them still shine in Tampa. You know, good for them. Now, before we watch this one here, obviously everybody talking about whether he's a Hall of Famer or not. People are saying yes, people are saying no. It depends on what your narrative is of what a Hall of Famer is. People are saying you can write history without Edelman. You really can't. Like, you really can't talk about the Patriots' 3 rings in 5 seasons without talking about Brady, Gronk, and Edelman. That was the offensive trio on the team. Can you do it without Malcolm Mitchell, Chris Hogan, and Amendola? Yeah, maybe, right? Everybody played a major part, but you really can't like not talk about Brady, Gronk, and Edelman when you're talking about the second dynasty for New England, right? That was the core on offense, just like the first dynasty was Brady, Branch, Troy Brown, and David Gibbons, right? You have to talk about all of those players. And when you're talking about the dynasty, because everybody played a major part, some more than others, in terms of, Brady to Branch, right? That was Brady to Branch was Brady to Edelman today. So that's just how big those guys are. And if you tried to game plan for New England, and like whenever somebody tried to game plan for New England, it was, how do we slow down Gronk and Edelman, right? It wasn't just we got to stop Gronk, we just got to stop Brady, we got to slow him down. No, Edelman was in the conversation, so his impact was huge. Let me look for it. There was a tweet that I saw that I commented on. Let me see if I can find it. Where was it? Was that long ago? Okay, so if you're making a case for Julian Edelman to be in the Hall of Fame, then you better also be pushing for Wes Welker. This is fair, right? This is definitely fair, right? You really can't talk about putting Julian Edelman in and not talk about Wes Welker when Edelman replaced Welker. And in the regular season, obviously there's like 38 more games here. 38 more games. What is that in the NFL season? 3 seasons? 2.5 seasons. So obviously 2.5 seasons. There's like 280 catches, 3,000 yards, 14 touchdowns. So there's about 2.5 seasons, 3 seasons worth of stat differences here, which is the difference in games. So, and then he said, hold on. I'm terrified to dive into this, but I have to wait. This is about Eli quarterbacks. I get the point you're trying to make, but the Pats still have those rings without Edelman. That's false. I'm sorry, that I don't agree with that. Because in the Super Bowl losses that we have, Edelman didn't play. I think it was the 2011 loss to the Giants, and then the loss to the one to the Giants. I even said here, The Welker dropped, so Jules wasn't a starter yet. And then versus the Eagles. Versus the Eagles, Edelman tore his ACL before the season started. So yes, can you make the argument that we can win without Julian Edelman? Yeah, we probably would have won had we like not benched Malcolm Butler, right? But you could also say that, like, oh, if Jules is playing, we win that game, right? That game, it was just Brady to Gronk the entire game. That was literally it, right? The other argument you can make that maybe we can win without Julian Edelman is that when we played the Falcons, we didn't have Gronk. So we won a Super Bowl without one of the superstars, right? One of the best in the game in Gronk. We won that Super Bowl without him. Now, would we have won if it was Gronk and no Julian Edelman? I don't know. Right? So I don't agree. Sorry, Dave. I don't agree with this tweet here. But his point is fair, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe the argument could be made, since like I tried to argue both points. I'm on the side where I don't see us winning without Jules. But his point is fair. I just disagree, right? That's the beauty of sports. You can disagree, and it's you don't have to bash the guy. I'm not bashing Dave at all. Like, I get his point, right? The Patriots way has always been next man up, just not including Brady. So I tried to argue both points because his point is fair. I just disagree. But is Jules a Hall of Famer? There was another tweet that I seen. Okay, so there are other Patriot players, whether from one dynasty or the other, that aren't in the Hall of Fame that I'd rather see in the Hall of Fame before Julian Edelman. There were key players, impact players, where you really can't replace them. Richard Seymour being one of them. I wanted to tweet that this morning, but I didn't get a chance to tweet that. Richard Seymour being one of them. Right. So he was probably one of the best players on the team from 01 to 04 when we won 3 out of 4 years. That was one of them. The other, I think, is like Asante Samuel and Rodney Harrison are the other three. I know Asante Samuel was a part of 2 Super Bowls and Seymour a part of 2 as well. I want to see those 3 get in before Julian Edelman. Then we can talk about Julian Edelman, but Julian Edelman, I think, isn't eligible until 2025. So there's that. Now, second news, now that he's officially off the roster, where does that leave us with wide receivers? All right, let me scroll. This is all we have left from the Patriots' glory days, by the way. McCourty, Hightower, Slater, Bolden, and James White. And then I even said 2019 definitely felt like it was the Pats' last dance for that core. Gronk looked done. McCourty mentioned retirement. 2 seasons later, Brady and Gronk are gone. Edelman and Chung retired. Hogan playing lacrosse. Other core players are on different rosters. Like Calvin Noy went to Miami. Amendola went to Detroit. Malcolm Butler went to Tennessee. I mean, he's in Arizona now. I think that's it. I think that's the rest of it. And then the wide receiver room. Where is it? This is also a fair statement. Torrey Holt and Reggie Wayne are not in the Hall of Fame. You really shouldn't bring up Julian Edelman. That's fair. I think that's fair. Okay, so the updated receiver room. Aguilar, Kendrick Bourne, Jacoby Myers. Gunner is a punt returner, right? I'm pretty sure he's majority special teams. So are these 3. N'Keal Harry doesn't count. He doesn't count for me. I'm sorry. But like I said, if y'all have watched my videos in the past, I've already mentioned I didn't see Julian Edelman playing. It would have surprised me if he did, and it wouldn't have surprised me if he retired. I think it's surprised me that he retired so soon. I thought he would have waited until later in the year to see, but obviously it wasn't looking good. I know it said months ago. Okay, yeah, right here. I even tweeted it. I forgot who said it, but months ago they did mention Jules was still dealing with the injury and it didn't look good. So I just always assumed he wasn't playing in the season. His retirement, which sucks, isn't all that surprising. I'm gonna retweet that anyway. Which is why I mentioned we should get 1 or 2 receivers in the draft. Do we need to? No, but we should, right? We still do need a number 1. None of these guys are number 1s. And people keep saying Jacoby Myers is Julian Edelman's replacement. I think that's false. They're 2 different. They're 2 different players in my opinion. If anything, Kendrick Bourne is a replacement. because he fits. He does what Julian Edelman does. He's very physical, up the middle, not afraid to get hit. He actually embraces the contact. And actually, Kendrick Bourne is more like Amendola, I guess, like Chris Hogan, right? More towards the out, not in the meat or pause. He's not like trying to get hit, right? He's not like physical. He'll cast the ball up the middle, right? But he's gonna, fight for the yards. I don't know. I just don't see they're like similar players. Yeah, I don't see it. Even though I kind of just described both of them being very similar. I still just don't see it. But regardless, I still do think we should get 2 receivers. Amari Rodgers somewhere. I think he might not even be available in the 4th round anymore. Be honest, he's sliding up to the 3rd. Good for him. And then if we can get one, like an actual number 1, people are saying we don't need a number 1. That's false. If you're gonna bring in a rookie quarterback, he has his tight ends, yes, but you also do need like his go-to number 1 target. So that's just me. I've been on this dance for a while now. And I feel like Nelson Aguilar is a placeholder. I feel like Kendrick Bourne's a placeholder. So none of these guys are outside of the tight ends, outside of Jonnu and Hunter Henry. None of these guys scream okay, so we bring in a rookie quarterback. These are their guys. That he's gonna build himself with. This is his core. No, this isn't a core. These two feel like placeholders, right? To get something started, and then you slide in the go-to, right? The number 1. Right, and I know we have Jonnu. I know we have Hunter Henry, Gronk, and Aaron Hernandez, right? But you still need that go-to guy. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. But let's watch this. Actually, I can probably get copyrighted for this, so let's not watch that. We're not gonna watch that, but it is there. I will leave the tweet there. Yep. So hold on. He'll be a Patriots Hall of Famer in 2025. Edelman's knee has been in bad shape for quite some time. Even now, 5.5 months since knee surgery, it was still viewed a long shot for him to get through the 2021 season. I'm pretty sure it might have been him that tweeted it months ago. Incredible last year, and it still holds true now. Even though the Patriots were eliminated from playoff contention, Edelman's knee didn't respond well from surgery. He still tried like hell to get back onto the field before he realized it wasn't possible. Yeah. So it really wasn't possible. It wasn't possible. And the fact that he's 30, turning 35, and they were saying that he's suffering from knee injury. Yeah, you can tell it was time. I felt bad because he's a warrior. He's definitely a warrior. So something like that, you definitely feel bad. And this is what Robert Kraft and Belichick had to say. By any measure of what constitutes an elite NFL career, wins, championships, or production, Julian has it all. Few players can match Julian's achievements, period. But considering his professional trajectory and longevity, the group is even more select. It is historic. This is a tribute to his legendary competitiveness, mental and physical toughness, and will to excel. Day in and day out, Julian was always the same, all out. Then, in the biggest games and moments with championships at stake, he reached even greater heights and delivered some of his best, most thrilling performances. For all Julian did for our team, what I may appreciate the most is he was the quintessential throwback player. He could and did do everything. Catch, run, throw, block, return, cover, and tackle. He really did all of that. All with an edge and attitude that would not allow him to fail under any circumstance. Julian Edelman is the ultimate competitor, and it was a privilege to coach him. So yeah, those are the final words of Patriots coach Bill Belichick on Julian Edelman. That's pretty much it. That's it there. Like I said, I still do nothing changes. I do think we need 2 receivers in the draft. Well, not need. We need at least 1. You can still even find great talent in rounds 3. We just don't know what they plan on doing, but we need to attack the wide receiver position. And last thought on the Hall of Fame talk. I'm 50-50, right? I'm 50-50. It depends, there's others that need to get in, whether it's former Patriot players like a Richard Seymour. I'm not sure if Asante Samuel ever got in. If not, he needs to, not Asante, yeah, Asante Samuel. He needs to get in, I think, before Julian Edelman does. For sure, Richard Seymour. And then you got guys like Reggie Wayne. If he's eligible already and hasn't been voted in, I think that's a big issue. I think he should be voted in before Julian Edelman. Guys like Jimmy Smith and Torrey Holt. I mean, Jimmy Smith maybe. Torrey Holt. I would vote Torrey Holt in. You know, he was a fantastic receiver alongside Isaac Bruce. The greatest show on turf. Yes, he wasn't the number one target because Isaac Bruce, was that guy. But you can't take anything away from Torrey Holt. Like he was pretty elite for years. If you talked about the Rams back in the day, you were definitely talking about Isaac Bruce and Torrey Holt, right? You were definitely talking about both of them, especially in that division. And when the Rams were winning, they were both a part of it. And the same thing with Reggie Wayne, right? He was the go-to target for Peyton and Andrew Luck. So I feel like they both should get in before Jules. If they both get in, then we can talk about Jules. But, regardless, we started wait till 2025. So I'm not going to say he shouldn't. There's other sports where you achieve less and you get in. Perfect example, my boy Tracy McGrady, my favorite player, second favorite player of all time in the NBA, right? What did he actually accomplish? Like, let's be real. He was great, an elite scorer, but he didn't do it long enough, right? So he's on the same lines as he accomplished less, but still got in, right? He got in because he was great. He just didn't do it long enough. So, and he had no playoff success, literally none. So, like I said, like it's just whatever fits anyone's narrative at the time. So, we'll see. Other than that, that's all. So I wanted to cover, my thoughts on said situation, whether his retirement and where that leaves the Patriots in terms of receivers. So we're still closing in on 100 subs. I would appreciate it if you enjoyed my opinions and my thoughts, and I guess me ranting on nothing for 20 minutes. Hit that like and sub button. Any questions on anything football? Ask away. I don't have an issue talking about any other team. I know most of my videos have been on the Patriots, but I have no issues answering questions about anybody else's team or any team at all. Whether it's draft questions, current roster, predictions, anything. Ask away. And peace.